Hello, my name is Rodney. I am from the pOedGamerQuehegan YouTube channel, and it is time again for my recent pickups video. Um, Last month, May was very good for me. I found a lot of yard sales. I found a lot of stuff at, I guess it's a used bookstore, but technically it's a pawn shop. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of stuff here in front of me that we're going to look at. As always, I'm going to start first with my board games. I only got 2 board games this month, which is not many. I mean, normally I've been buying more board games, but this month is like I went wild on video games. Okay, so first I found a game called Sushi Go. It's a little drafting game, takes like 15 minutes to play. My wife's played it, she really likes it. Very easy to pick up the rules on. Highly recommend this game. It actually goes up to 5 players. I've never played more than just 2 players yet, but it's a little cutesy. Don't let the name Sushi Go fool you, or the little cutesy pieces of sushi on it. It's actually really it does have some strategy to it also, so it's actually a lot more. It surprised me how well thought out the game was. Okay, I also picked up. This is a solo game. It is called Friedman Friars Friday, but everybody I hear it talked about it's always called Friday. Basically, you are on a desert island and you're trying to survive. I played it once and I kind of messed up the rules, so I didn't really do. Didn't win because I messed the rules up. But what I've played so far, it seemed pretty cool, and I'm actually looking forward to start playing it again, and so that I can get better at it. I normally don't play solo games because I like the thing about board games I like is I can play with my friends and things like that. But sometimes I do like to sit down and I will play just a solo adventure on some of the board games I have. All right, where to start? Okay, let's start on my my games this month. I'm gonna start on. So this is something I didn't buy. This is something I ordered. Oh gosh, probably back in January, maybe before that, because when I heard that Club Nintendo was closing down, so I can't remember how many points, and I was like, I'm just going to see what they have. And I want to put my points in so I can actually get the item. Put my points in for this, and it never showed up. And I was like, oh, they've either refunded my points and everything, and you have to do an online support thing with like a chat thing, and that never really worked out for me. But what I did order was their little game case. And what it does is it holds a bunch of, like I think it was 18 games in it. This is actually the second one I have. I got the other one that had for the Legend of Zelda, and it has. Let me get these out. Has different like things you can put on it, and they're actually double-sided also. So it's like technically 6 different things you can have around it, so that's what the cover looks like. But I was actually really happy to get that because normally what I was doing is I was actually having a case like this to carry my 3DS games in, and I don't like this case very much because I had to put a piece of tissue in it, because if you don't, get in your pocket, you hear that clicking all the time. So I actually put this in it to stop it from doing that clicking. But and this only has 4, 8, 12. This holds 16 games, and this one holds 18. So it's thinner, it's a little bit bigger, but it holds 2 more games than this. This is actually even heavier. Okay, but that was actually very happy to get. Okay, now I'm going to move to, let's see, use some magazines, because I love magazines, like gaming magazines. I've collected them for a long time, and went to a used bookstore that I normally go to, and this is the first issue I've ever found of this. I never could get it when I was a kid because my parents would never get me subscriptions to magazines, so I had to buy them at stores and places like that. We actually, in the town I grew up in, we had a Magic Mart and a Kmart. And if those two stores didn't get the magazine, I couldn't get it. So this is the first ever issue I've ever owned of Nintendo Power. I got it for 50 cents because this store, they got it, all their magazines are on clearance as soon as they get them in. They sell them for 50 cents. It is, oh shoot, I did have the number. It's volume 166. I did not, yeah, here we go. March 23rd of 2003. I'd like to start getting some of the older ones, but I doubt I'm ever going to find those. But I'm hoping to start a collection of the Nintendo Power and maybe someday get a complete collection of it. Okay. Another magazine that I picked up this month is one that I used to get when I was a lot younger. Because before the internet became really popular, there was really hard to find like tips and tricks and cheats and things like that for video games. And things kind of Konami code for like the NES. But this magazine, it's called Tips and Tricks, was one of my favorite ones because it just had sections of just, it would say a game and it would give you like something, either like infinite lives or something like that, that could help you get through a really hard game, because the older games are really hard. And also, when I was younger, for the NES and the SNES and the Genesis, I mainly rented games. So if I couldn't beat it in a weekend, it was really, I would have to like wait another week before I could rent it again. It might be checked out. So I tried to beat the games during the weekend. So this magazine really helped me. But that was during the 90s, and these are one of the more recent ones. You can see it's got a thing for the Wii here. But I found 3 issues of it from, let's see here, December 2006, September 2006, and January of 2007. So I was very happy to find those, because this actually brought me back to, because I didn't even think this magazine existed in the 2000s. I thought it went out of business in the 90s. Okay, another thing I found was a large stack of PlayStation The Official magazine. So it looked like somebody had just traded in, like just traded in a bunch of their ones, because I've got like December of 2010 all the way up to May of 2012. Got all these for 50 cents each. I was very happy. I haven't looked through all of them yet, but I was very happy. When I saw them, I found one. It was in the wrong, because they basically have them in alphabetical order. And they had this, and I found one. It was in the A's. I'm like, huh, that's weird. And somebody had just picked it up, and I just looked, and I looked in the P's, and they had a big stack of them. I was like, it's like, yes, these are all mine. Okay. Another magazine I found was the official. You can see you just got a clearance sticker on it. That didn't take the clearance sticker off this one. But for 50 cents, they had all of these each. And this is the official Xbox magazine. And all of these, except for 2 of them, are still in the plastic. They still have the demo disc in them. So I was like, holy cow. Because I saw the PlayStation ones and these the same day. When I looked at the PlayStation, I was like, I wonder if they have any others. So I looked through all their magazines, which this store doesn't have many. They basically have like this one shelf on a wall, basically smaller than the shelf behind me. That's like 3 columns of magazines, and that has all their National Geographic and other magazines mixed in with it. And I saw this stack. I was like, okay, I'm getting all of these also. Which, as you can see, I haven't opened them yet to look at them, but I was very happy to get those. Okay, another, magazine-related item is, I remember when I was younger, one of my friends, he did get Nintendo Power, and I would read the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past comic that was in it. And I always would miss some because he would always bring them to school, but I always enjoyed reading them when he did bring them in. And they announced that they were releasing it in a paperback. So I bought this. It is awesome. If you are a fan of Link to the Past, this is a great comic. It's the artwork. I mean, it's not the greatest artwork, as you can see. It's kind of Not sure how to describe it. Very cartoony, but the story is really well done, and I really enjoyed reading it. Okay, next I'm going to I'll move to my handhelds. Okay, so my neighborhood was actually had a yard sale. Like that, my neighborhood had a neighborhood yard sale. So as I was going around to that, I found a large number of games. First, I'll show you. I actually found something at one person's yard sale. They had. I stopped for board games. I saw they had some board games. I stopped, looked. They were mainly like Trivial Pursuit, Seen It, things that I'm not really interested in. So I was like, okay, well, I feel kind of bad just walking up, looking at one thing, turning, and walking away. So I kind of walked around their driveway and everything to see what else they had. And on this little table, they had this. It's a pink DS Lite, and I was like, how much? And they said, they had $8 on it. And I was like, I'm not even going to negotiate. Here's $8. I was like very happy for it. It's in the box, comes with the charger, has the game case, has all the manuals, and I'm like, I could pay more than $8 for another charger if mine stops working. I even tested it. I turned it on there, and it worked. I was very happy. Also, there they had this. It's the Lego Harry Potter. Same place. They had 50 cents, and it's the like paper version of the case, but it had all the manuals and everything. And I was like, I picked that up also. Very happy. I was like, holy cow! I stopped for some board games, and I found 2 great deals. Also, during the yard sale, at another house I stopped at, and I was I'm not sure how to describe it. Let's see. When I walked in, they've had a bunch of kids' toys. So I was like, and I found out very quickly, when I'm going through yard sale, when I'm driving through neighborhoods that's having their yard sales, it's kind of easy to tell who's more likely to have video games. If you look and they are selling baby toys, they're probably not going to have many video games. But if they're selling, like, I guess what you call them, toddler toys, like 1 to 3, 4-year-old toy, like for the age group of toys in their yard, they may have they may have video game stuff. And if they're selling stuff that like a 5, 6-year-old would be playing with, I found out most definitely they'll probably have some kind of video game related items, because generally it's like, oh, once the kid they think grows out of that stage, they put those items up in a yard sale. But when I walked into this guy's garage, he had a stack of 3DS games. He had the normal size 3DS, not the XL. He's selling it for $15, and a DS Lite, I think it's called DSi, selling that for $15. And a woman was there looking at them before I even walked in. I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, I wonder what she's going to buy. And she had her son with her. He was looking at the games, and basically he started categorizing. She's like, I like these. I don't want these. So he pushed those to the side. And I was like, okay. So when he pushed them I waited until when he pushed them to the side, I picked up the stack he did not want. So I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to buy. So I looked through it, and I just picked out 2 games, because the other ones are kind of really kiddie titles, not really things I would want, because I'm not going for a complete collection of anything like that. So I picked them up, and I was hoping she wouldn't buy it there. But there's another games. There was like Sonic Transformed on the 3DS and things like that, and I was hoping that she wouldn't get that. But as soon as I picked up these 2 games, she was basically just looked at the guy and said, "How much for everything?" And she looked. She goes, "No, she goes, my son doesn't really want those games, but she said I can probably trade those in for money." So I was like, and she goes, she was like, "You can get those 2 games. I'm not." She's like, I understand my son didn't want those. I was like, cool. So she wasn't trying to make a big fuss about it or anything. And so he gave her a package deal on everything. And I was like, oh man, I'd love to have bought that 3DS for $15. But the two games I found were Pokemon Silver, no, Pokemon Soul Silver version. It did not have the little red thing that he didn't. They didn't have that, and Pokemon White version. Got those for $2 each, and I was like, "Holy cow!" I was very happy to get those. Also, but that was at that one yard sale, at that one house, and I was very happy to get that. So, but yeah, I've got other yard sale stuff mixed in with other items, so I'm trying to stick by the console, so that it doesn't get easier to keep up with from on what I've gone through. Okay, this I found at the used bookstore. It's a Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. Got it for $4. I don't know if they had that just priced wrong or what, but it's $4. And I was like, I'm definitely getting it. It has the manual and everything in it. I was very happy to get that. And they also had the Arium, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Final Fantasy rhythm game on the 3DS. Very good game. I downloaded the demo and really didn't want to pay 30 or 40 bucks for the game, so I found it for $5 at the same used bookstore. And I'm not sure. Sometimes they put some games up really well priced. Sometimes they put them up outrageously priced. But those two, I was very happy to get. Also, the last game I got on the Nintendo handhelds, I guess, the 3DS and the DS, is Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker by Atlas. I'm a huge fan of Atlas games. Pretty much if it's by Atlas, I see it come out. Unless it's some really weird game, I generally pick it up because I'm a huge fan of their stuff. So I picked that up. This is the one that has the soundtrack and everything in it. So I actually paid full price for that. But very, very good game. I've actually played probably a few hours into it. I think it's a remake. I'm not exactly sure. I think it may actually be an updated version of another one, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, so that is my Nintendo stuff. And now I'm going to the PSP. I did get these at another yard sale. And I got these for $2 each. That's not too much off. I mean, not too much cheaper than what I'd normally pay at the used bookstore. But I got Tekken 6 for $2. Has the game, manual, and everything in it. I picked up Daxter for $2. Same thing, met complete in box. And I picked up Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker for $2. I was very happy about that also. Let's see. Trying to put things over here so that when I get done, so that I don't mix them up. And another game that I picked up for another handheld for the PS Vita. Actually, I have a PS Vita. I got one almost on launch day. I think it was maybe a month afterwards before I got it. But and this is actually a game I played at Comic-Con in San Diego long before it came out, and then I downloaded the PS3 on I downloaded the game on the PS3, the demo, and I was playing it and really enjoyed it. I don't like digital games, so I never bought it. And then I found out that they actually made a physical release, and that is Project Diva. It's a rhythm game. Some rhythm games I like. This one I really like. It reminds me a lot of Guitar Hero Man on the PS2, and actually on the PSP also, because I have both versions. But this is a very fun game. It's got a lot of the music's pretty good. In Japan, they actually they do concerts. These divas, I guess they call them, but they're completely computer generated voices. Nothing's real about them. They're projected on these big screens, and people come and watch them sing. I'm not really into that type of thing, but the game is actually really good, and the music's pretty good too. Okay, and now I am going to go to the NES. Found this for $3. Tried playing it. It is not the greatest game because I tried playing. I really don't know what to do in it because I didn't have the manual or anything. But it was Star Voyager on the NES. It's some kind of a space shooter game. It's okay. The graphic. I mean, it's pretty much there's no graphics. It looks like it could have been on earlier consoles, but from what I've read about, some people that like it. When the people like it, they really like it. But I'm not sure how to play it yet. I needed to read some more about the game and how to play it. But it seems kind of interesting. Okay. And this is the game that I rented a lot when I was a kid, and I was so happy when I found this. It's the used bookstore that I normally go to, and I played it. I even bought the remastered version, so it's kind of giving you a hint what it is. But it's DuckTales. I had this. I didn't have it, but I rented it a lot when I was younger, and I really liked it. And when the remastered version came out, I played it, and it's like, wow, it's very similar. But then when I actually getting this game and playing it again, I see that the games are very different. The remastered version is very linear. This is not. You actually have shortcuts, and you can actually think there's a record of people beating it in 15 minutes, so it can be a very short game. And it's a lot harder than the remastered version. But very fun game. Been playing it a lot. Okay. That was all for the NES. Now, I am going to move to the Wii. And I found this for $5. I'm a big fan of the original version of the Dreamcast. Not Dreamcast, I'm sorry. The GameCube. And that is Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. I've been playing a little bit of this. It's very cool. I've been playing it on my Wii U, so I couldn't transfer my data from the Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube. So I have it right here somewhere. No, it's here somewhere. But yeah, so yeah, I have it on this shelf behind me, but I couldn't transfer it because the Wii U doesn't have the GameCube slots on it. So, but I could have put it in my Wii and put the GameCube memory card in it and then did that. But I was like, nah, it's not that big of a deal. So I may do that later because I haven't really got too far in it. Because I messed up. I kind of messed up. I was using the controller I was using. I couldn't do. I was just trying to use the Wiimote, and the thing is, like with the nunchuck, you can do a few more things with it. So I kind of started over, so I really didn't get too far in it because of that. And that's the only game I got on the Wii. And on the Wii U, I picked up Splatoon. This is a very fun game. I was like, I'm not sure how much fun I'm going to have with it, but I started playing it, and it is very fun. I mean, because like it's like, oh, I'm playing. If you play it, this is third person, but like first person shooters or any type of shooter games, you're kind of like, oh man, I'm in here, and it's going to take you 15, 20 minutes to get done. 3 minutes. No, that's it. That's how long the rounds are. So basically, in 5 minutes, you can turn your console on. Well, maybe 6, 7 minutes. Turn your console on, get into a game, and finish a game. And I mean, it's that quick. And once you start playing, it's like you can play a bunch of rounds very, very quickly. I love this game. Also, I was very, very lucky to find this because I went out at noon the day they came out. I was like, all right, I'm going to see if I can find some of the amiibos. Well, I could find the boy and the girl. I found those everywhere. So I didn't go. I wanted a 3-pack. And at noon, on the day they came out, I found a 3-pack. This is actually open. So they're not in here. They're actually here. They're very cool. I always open my. I'm not collecting them. I bought them because with these, from what I understand, it unlocks 20 extra levels per amiibo, and the only way to get the squidling is to actually buy the 3-pack. So yeah, I mean, found this actually at a grocery store called Meijer. Found this in their electronics department, and this is the only one they had sitting on the shelf, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe this is here. Picked it up, got home, and was very, very happy. Also at Meijer, I found something for like $2.50. It was on clearance. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I had no idea any games that actually use it, and that is the Wii U microphone. I mean, for $2.50, I was like, for the microphone, I'm going to take my chances. I may never use it, but I couldn't pass up a deal like that. Okay. Oh, another amiibo. I just got this on a whim. It's the Mario Silver one. Not really sure why I picked it up. I don't collect them, but I was kind of like, I don't have a Mario one. It looks very cool, so I picked it up. Okay, now I'm going to move to the PlayStation. I found this at Goodwill. It's the Arcade Party Pack. It has 720, Rampage, Smash TV, Super Sprint, Klax, and Tubin. And this is okay. The emulation, some of the games are pretty good, but Tubin, it's like if you're playing arcade, you have 4 buttons, and that really helped you control your inner 2. Rampage runs really fast. I played this on my PS3, on PS3, so I'm not really sure if that's why it was running fast or not, but I couldn't play it because it ran too fast. Also, the sprint, you don't have the steering wheel, so it's a little off. And it's just the Smash TV, because it's a PlayStation game, it didn't use the 2 analog sticks. You had to use the buttons to fire in the directions, so that kind of hurt that also. But I got it at Goodwill for $1.20, $1.50. So I was like, hey, I'll do that. Also, this is a game I found for $1.99 at the used bookstore that I normally go to. It's called Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey. I played this on my PS3 also. I'm not sure if that's what caused it, but there seemed to be a huge delay in the flippers when they would go off. So I didn't like it that much, but it was $2, so I was like, and I looked at it, and the disc looks really good, so that's reason why I picked that up. And this, they had $1 on, and I'm not sure why, but I kind of think I know why. But it's Soul Blade, and somebody has stuck like masking tape on the case to see, like, had moves for certain characters on it, which I thought was really cool. But also, evidently they had broken the case, because on the back, it's an actual CD. Even the spine says "Christmas in the Air." Yeah. So when I was looking at the spines of all these games to kind of see what was on, what they had, and I was like, okay, yeah, no. I was like, oh, they got a CD in there. And then I pulled them out, started looking at the front of them, and then I saw this. Like, how did I not see that? So I put it in my stack of games I wanted to get. And then when I was looking through, I was like, why do I have this? Then because I had a stack of PlayStation games I was going to get. I was like, why do I have this? And I looked at it, and I was like, oh. So I think with the store that I bought this from, they may have thought it was just a crappy Christmas CD, but it's actually Soul Blade. So I was like, holy cow, I got it for $1.50. And the game looks great. The manual's a little ripped up. Looks like the person pulled it in and out of this case a lot. But I love Soul Edge and Soul Calibur. You actually see I've got the Soul Calibur 5 Special Edition here, and I think I might have another one somewhere on the shelf down here. But yeah, very big fan of this series, and enjoy playing this. Another game I found is one that I was kind of shocked to see. It was $6, but I was like, it's kind of it's a very niche game. And that's Blazing Dragons. It is done by Terry Jones and Cheech Marin to do the voices in it. I think it is the guy it's in Monty Python. It's one of the guys that helped write this game. The dialogue and everything, it's kind of got a odd sense of humor in it, but I was laughing my butt off when I was playing it. So it's kind of a point-and-click adventure, kind of like Maniac Mansion. So you kind of like, you have a cursor, you move around the screen, and you click on things. You can change it to, do you want to walk or interact with it? But very fun so far. I've been playing of it. I haven't played a big amount of it, but very fun. What I have played. And this was kind of the gem that I found. You're thinking, oh wait, you found 2 Pokemon games for $2 each. What else could you be better than that? Finding at a yard sale. And I found this at the same place I found the DS and the Harry Potter game. And they had $3 on it. I picked it up and I was like, okay, there's probably this can't be $3. they've probably, the disc is probably all scratched up or something. Or it's missing the manual or something like that. So what I did, I picked it up, looked, has the manual in it, the disc looks great, and it even has the demo disc in it. And that is Brave Fencer Busashi. I was like, holy cow, $3 for this. I was like, I even asked her, I said, so it's $3 for this, 50 cents for the Harry Potter game, and $8 for the DS Lite. She said, yeah. I said, okay. I didn't argue with her. Picked them up, played it a little bit. It's not as good as I remember, because I never had this game when I was younger. But playing it, I was like, holy cow, this is actually, this is awesome to have. But it wasn't as good as I remember when I was renting it, but it's actually still a pretty good game. I was very happy to get it. Okay, that's all of my PlayStation games. So now I'm going to go to the PS2. I only got 2 of those. Like I said, this month was very good for me. Okay, this I found on clearance for 50 cents at the used bookstore. And I played it a little bit. It's not a great game, but I'm a huge fan of the cartoon. That's Ed, Edd and Eddy, the Missed Ed Adventures. It's basically a generic action game. So kind of exploiting, I guess, the fans of the show to get them to buy the game. So, but I played a little bit, and it's kind of just like the run-of-the-mill kind of game. But I enjoyed it because I like the show. If you've never seen the show, you wouldn't get a lot of things in this game. So it's pretty much you have to be a fan of the show to really enjoy the things and to get some of the jokes in it. They're kind of like just not really inside jokes, but you really have to know what the story of everything to get some of them. Okay. Another game I found, which I've never seen this game this cheap before. It was $5, and I have no idea why. I think they must have put a wrong label on it because it's got the same used bookstore I've got a lot of the other things at, and that is Persona 3 F. And I was like, what? And I walked to because they had this in the case even. Normally they only put things in the case that are more expensive. And for $5 and for $5, I was like, okay. So I went, got the guy come, and I looked. So it's $5. He looked at it, and goes, yep. I said, okay. But the only issue that was with it, and I had the games. I'm actually playing the game right now, so it's in my PS2. But somebody had written their name on the disc. Please, people, do not write your names on your discs. They used a felt tip pen, so it didn't actually damage the disc. But so I actually used some rubbing alcohol, and I was able to take the name off, but there's still a light shadow of the name. But so yeah, it has the manual. Everything was with it. $5. I was very happy. Okay, that's the only 2 PS2 games I had. Now I'm going to move on to the PS3. I'm a huge fan of horror games. This one isn't. What I played of it, it's not the greatest game, but it's also. But I'm a big fan of the series. Really, the first 3 of them. But Silent Hill Downpour. You start at in a penitentiary. You are like a convict, and it's pretty violent. I mean, you pretty much murder somebody the first thing in the game. It's so far what I played of it. It doesn't compare to part 1 or part 2. So, but yeah, it's okay. So I'll enjoy playing it once I get more into it. Another game I was playing is actually, it surprised me how much I liked it, was Valkyrie Chronicles. Played some of it. It's kind of a not real-time strategy, tactical. So very similar to XCOM, because I'm a huge fan of XCOM. But you run around, put your characters where you want them to be. You fight the other opposing army. Very fun game. It actually shocked me how much fun I had with it. Then the last PS3 game I got is, growing up, huge fan of Transformers. I actually have a Bruticus statue I got at Comic-Con. a few years ago. That's like one of the all of them combined together, and that's from I think it's from Fall of Cybertron. But this one is War for Cybertron. Oh, I kind of forgot. $5, $8, $4. I have no idea. I think whoever was pricing these one day messed up because I'm pretty sure this is like a $15 game. Not sure how much this would be because it's not that great. But I'm sure this is about a $20 game used, and it's very good. I'm very happy with this. The prices I found before, I was like, holy cow. Okay, now I'm going to, so now moving to another console. Moving to the Xbox. I only got, I think it's only one game. Yeah, only one game for the Xbox. And that is The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. Played a little bit of this. I remember everybody loving it when it came out. I played it. It's kind of showing its age a little bit with the controls and everything. Also, my original Xbox that I have is having some issues. So it took a little while for me to actually get it to start up. So I'm hoping to play some more of this and maybe get it once I get more better used to the controls. Also, it's kind of like, storyline wise, it's kind of odd because it's like Riddick's supposed to be able to see in the dark, but like in one of the first missions, you get a flashlight so you can go through this tunnel. And I'm like, this is Riddick. Why doesn't he just take his sunglasses off? So, but I was like, okay, that's kind of a weird thing, but hey, it was $2, so I picked it up just because I'm a fan of Vin Diesel and I like the Riddick movies. Okay, so that was the only Xbox game I got. So now I'm going to move to the 360, and this is the last group of games I have. I found The Last Remnant. It's not a very good game. I paid $4 for it, and I see why it was only $4. The controls are not that good. Moving's very hard. So yeah, it has everything in it, but just not a good game. I played it to capture some footage of it, and just pretty much after I was done, I stopped playing. Another game, which I've never played before until I picked this up, paid $5 for it, is Red Dead Redemption. My brother was talking to me when I picked it up. He goes, "Oh, it's GTA 5 with horses," and kind of true, but I like the cowboy theme in it. Very fun game. I actually played a lot of this after I was just capturing footage. I think I captured like an hour of footage before I realized how long I had been playing. So that's like a really good game. Now, I have a game here which I'm not sure if I like or not. It's pretty much, I guess what you would call maybe a guilty pleasure or something. I like zombie games and things like that, but this one, the controls are a little off, but as I played it, I got a little bit more used to them, and it's Lollipop Chainsaw. I can see it was geared more toward teenage males because you're playing as a cheerleader and you get to run around, but it's an okay game. It's not like a lot of strategy, more of your hack and slash type games. But the only issue with it is it did not have the manual. So I was disappointed in that. But it had the gameplay, the disc looked good, and it was $6. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll pick that up. And this, like I said, I'm a big fan of Atlas games. So I picked this up because it was Atlas. I think this was probably the most expensive game I picked up, and it was $9. And that's Catherine. I keep wanting to call it Kathleen for some reason, but yeah, Catherine. Very good game. You have your girlfriend's name is Catherine, and then you find this other girl named Catherine, but it's spelled differently. And every night you dream, she's the blonde girl in the back, and that's your girlfriend. But every night you go to sleep, you go into this dream world, and you've got to climb up this like tower before this thing gets to you and kills you. But very good game. very fun. I was same thing like Red Dead Redemption. Started playing this and played it for like 2 hours. And I was like, wow, I captured a lot more game footage for this than I meant to. And last game I picked up for the month, I believe, I'm looking at my table in front of me that I have set up here, and I'm pretty sure I've went through everything, is Killer is Dead. This was actually on clearance, and it is the special edition. It has the game, it has the slipcover, it has the art book, and it had the music. It was $2 on clearance. I was like, okay, I don't care if the game's good or bad. With all that stuff, I'll pick it up and try it. And I played it, and I was really surprised how much fun I had. I played, I don't know how much of this. I mean, the controls in this are a lot better than in Chainsaw Lollipop, that I think. But it has kind of a cel-shaded art style, but really good. I mean, very violent, but really, really good game. I liked it a lot. So played it for quite a bit of time and really enjoyed it. But as you can see, I kind of went a little crazy this month. But when I would go to these stores, I'd be like, I'm picking that up. I'm getting that. I'm like thinking, there's no way this game is this cheap. I mean, like Persona 3, I think my brother bought this for me on the PS3 digitally. I think he paid $10 for it. And I think it's more now, because I think when he bought it for me, it was on sale. And I was like, for $5, I'm getting it. Because I prefer physical copies than I do digital copies. When I have a digital copy, I don't really feel like I own the game. But when I have a physical copy, I know I have it. I can play it. But hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, next month is not going to compare to this. Well, it's the hope not, because my wallet probably couldn't afford it. But hope you guys liked the video, and until next time.